Imagine returning to the place you grew up, only to find that your past holds more mysteries than you ever remembered. In The Orphanage, Laura revisits her childhood home, now a faded echo of joy and laughter, with her husband and young son, Simón. The air is thick with nostalgia, yet a chilling breeze of the unknown begins to stir. As doors creak and whispers fill the empty halls, the family's dream of a peaceful life starts to crumble. But as Laura dives deeper, she finds that the orphanage has stories buried deeper than she could have ever imagined. The laughter of children can be joyful, but in an empty house, it becomes a haunting melody. Imagine an old orphanage, perched on a cliff overlooking the sea, its walls steeped in the echoes of its past. The building, once bustling with life, now stands desolate, its corridors shrouded in an eerie silence that seems almost palpable. This orphanage isn't just a setting, it's a character, whispering secrets through its creaking wood and whistling windows. Within these haunted halls, young Simón begins to change. Once vibrant and playful, he grows quiet, his eyes often distant as if listening to some unseen whisperer. He speaks of invisible friends, not with the imagination of a child, but with a solemn sincerity that chills the spine. Mysterious clues begin to surface, a child's drawing here, a dusty old toy there, each a breadcrumb leading deeper into the shadowy heart of the orphanage. And then, just as suddenly as these mysteries appear, Simón vanishes, leaving nothing but silence and shadow in his wake. Oh, what lengths would a mother go to find her child? This question begins to unravel as we delve into the heart of Laura's frantic search for her missing son, Simón. Imagine the corridors of an old orphanage, whispering with secrets of the past, as Laura calls out for Simón, her voice echoing off the cold, unyielding walls. The local police step in, their presence a stark contrast to the eerie silence of the house. Officers comb through rooms filled with the dusty memories of children long gone. But Simón remains elusive. Laura's desperation mounts with each passing hour, her hope dimming like the light at sunset. In her darkest hour, a new figure enters the scene, Aurora, a medium whose connection to the supernatural might hold the key to finding Simón. Skeptical, yet driven by a mother's love, Laura agrees to a séance, a last resort to pierce the veil between the living and the spirits who linger in the orphanage. The séance is tense, charged with emotional electricity. Shadows seem to flicker and stretch as Aurora's voice rises and falls, reaching out to the spirits. The medium's words fill the room, suggesting that the answers to Simón's disappearance lie with the spirits who have never left the orphanage. The air is thick with anticipation and fear, each moment stretching longer than the last. Each clue seems to pull Laura not just deeper into the building's physical labyrinth, but into its dark past as well. Sometimes, to understand the present, one must unearth the secrets of the past. Nestled in the shadows of time, the orphanage stands as a monument to forgotten tales. Its walls, chipped and weathered, hold the echoes of children's laughter and silent sobs, a mosaic of joy and tragedy. As Laura delves deeper into the heart of her childhood home, she uncovers dusty ledgers and faded photographs tucked away in the darkest corners of the attic. Each page turned, each image revealed, pieces together the fragmented lives of those who walked these halls before her. The orphanage wasn't just a sanctuary, it was a stage for countless untold stories. Among these relics, Laura finds a photograph that chills her to the bone. A group of children, their eyes hollow, their smiles forced. There, in the back row, stands a boy who bears a haunting resemblance to her missing son. This discovery sends a shiver down her spine, blurring the lines between the past and the present. The records speak of unexplained disappearances, of children who vanished into thin air, leaving behind nothing but a void filled with unanswered questions. It becomes clear that these were not mere coincidences, but perhaps a pattern connected to something much more sinister. As Laura pieces together the tragic events, she realizes that the orphanage holds more than just her memories. It cradles dark secrets that have been waiting to be uncovered. Every creak in the floorboards, every rustle of the wind through broken windows seems to whisper truths long buried. As the walls of the orphanage whisper old secrets, Laura finds that some doors, once opened, might change everything. In every mystery, there comes a moment where the pieces start to fall into place. As Laura treads deeper into the shadowy corridors of her childhood home, now an abandoned orphanage, each step is haunted by echoes of a past long buried but not forgotten. The walls, stripped of their once cheerful paint, seem to whisper secrets, compelling her to listen, to understand. Driven by a blend of fear and fierce determination, Laura sifts through old photographs, dusty toys, and faded drawings. Each artifact is a puzzle piece, and as she pieces them together, the image of her own past starts to emerge from the shadows. She remembers the laughter, the games, but also the sudden, unexplained silences, the empty beds. The orphanage, with its creaking floors and sighing winds, seems almost alive, a keeper of stories. Laura feels the weight of unseen eyes, hears the faint giggles of children fading as she turns to look. Her heart races. She is close to unraveling the mystery, yet with every step forward, the air grows colder, the shadows darker. Her journey is a lonely one. The deeper she delves, the more she feels the isolation of those forgotten children, their hopes and fears mirroring her own. The line between the past and present blurs, and Laura finds herself questioning not just the fate of her childhood friends, but her own reality. But are some truths better left undiscovered? Every story has its shadows. Every hall has its echoes. As we draw the curtains on the chilling narrative of The Orphanage, it's clear that this film does more than just send shivers down your spine. It weaves a poignant tapestry of horror with threads of deep emotional resonance, tugging at the heartstrings even as it terrifies. The Orphanage masterfully blends elements of supernatural with the all-too-human experiences of love and loss. It invites us to reflect on our own pasts, on the memories we cherish, and the ones we try to forget. The haunting visuals and the suspenseful silence that pervades the movie leave an indelible mark, urging us to ponder the fragility of our own existence. As the story unfolds, it becomes apparent that the real horror lies not in the ghostly apparitions, but in the heart-wrenching reality of a mother's search for her lost son. This search, steeped in desperation and hope, resonates with anyone who has ever loved deeply. As the credits roll, one might wonder, how much of our past lives on in the shadows